Bonestorm. Hold on, I got to get rid of this view because it's your fat face instead of my fat face. Let's go to this. That's much better. Awesome,
Yeah.
Sawsome Blossom. Okay, better late than never is what I say. Now let me
We
go.
committed to getting one out. We're getting one out.
Exactly. So now let me go to share the screen.
After a big Irish win.
Hey, congrats! Beat up on
Thank
Boston
you.
College. I did.
It was close.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I kept waiting for the blowout. I'm like, not yet, not yet, not yet.
Very end. Very
Exactly.
end.
So okay, I'm sharing my screen now. Let me share
Control.
this. Tell me if you can see that.
I cannot. I can't.
Okay. All right. We're gonna go to the box score here. We'll start off with me versus Joseph. As soon as it loads, give me a second. It's thinking, and there it is.
There we go. And, well, looky. Let me put my glasses on. The Sponge Worthy takes down the Urban Sombrero.
The Big Bad Wolf, yes.
146.5 to 125. Very nice, Matthew. Let's see how you did it. Well, we'll talk about the trade in a minute, but the trade took the guessing work out for you.
Yeah, it did.
And that worked out, 31.28. McCaffrey, not unexpected.
Yeah, very low.
9.8. That's not that great, but
No.
Vidal, what a dynamite start there, 21.7.
Waiver wire magic, baby.
That's right, and another 17 out of McMillan, 14 Pickens, okay, bunch of mediocre till you get to
Aronde Gadsden II, my other waiver wire grab.
Yeah, 18.7, well done.
Look at those Falcons, 3.2, you sacks.
Yeah, they didn't do anything.
No.
Neither did Bagley. He got you 9. I guess that's what he was supposed to.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at your bench. Not a ton on your bench, maybe Downs. You got him for me, is that right? Or is that
No, I got him off the wire too.
Oh, okay, so 12.9. Okay, and then going over to Joe's side, let's see what happened there. Okay, so Herbert comes through at 30 points, as does A-Train, 20, not bad.
Yeah.
But then Ramondre falls off. He gets less than 6.
Yeah.
Flowers gets 14. Not a lot out of Robinson, 7.8. We've got 13 out of Njoku, 10.5 Chubb Hubbard. Oh, here's another one. God, your Steelers defense is horrible. It's another negative week.
I was worried, and then I saw how well they played, and I thought, I'm not worried, but I hate that I have to win this way. His kicker did well, though. Got to give it up to his kicker.
Yeah, his kicker got him almost 20. Looking at his bench, he had Caleb, but he's not going to start over Herbert. So
really, I caught him on a lucky week with Puka and JSN both on a bye. His two big scores, so I got lucky there.
Do we even want to talk about the disaster that was the bye-week 8 nightmare? It came on the Halloween week, and it certainly was.
Yeah, it was a nightmare for a lot of people, yeah. And again, this is one of them, because again, given those two people and the score, I'm guessing he would have trounced me with Puka and Jackson, Smith, and Jigba.
A lot of big teams, a lot of big scores.
Yeah, so we'll see that. I think that'll be a recurring theme with some of these teams that were subject to the bye-mageddon. So let's move on to your wifey versus Nate Dogg.
Okay, Malibu Stacy's ends up getting a whopper, almost 160, and a perfect start. Look at her bench.
Jeez.
Nothing but nothing on the bench. But she gets it done, takes down Nate, who managed to get 116. Let's see how they did it. It's not like he left a ton on the bench. Okay, Jalen Hurts comes through again, 33 points versus 25. Tony Pollard was only supposed to get 9. He couldn't even get that. Got 6.8, and then got her running back stuck it up.
She was in a tough position, yeah.
At Jordan Mason, but
but the Jordan Mason score only comes because Aaron Jones came off of IR to play, so he took the majority of it. But as you could see, she was depleted and stuck with all of her bench people. But go ahead.
Well, and then this is what ended up happening. Michael Pittman Jr. gets her 23.5.
Big
Kittle makes a comeback.
Welcome.
14.3.
Tucker
Kraft
just annihilated my Pittsburgh defense. Yeah.
Good Lord. Nothing out of Mooney. But then the Bills gets her 25 versus a projection of 8. Amazing.
Yeah, big one.
She gets it pretty much out of 4 guys, her whole score.
Yep.
Going over to Nate. Nate gets a good day out of Josh Allen, who always has a good day. Not much from Kamara. DeAndre Swift did what he's supposed to do. Big fat 0.
Nothing from Judy. Ouch.
Judy. Yep. Let's see, 6 out of Coleman. Not too bad. Out of Harold
Fannin, yeah, he's actually a good tight end.
Okay. Pacheco, not much. 14 out of Rashid Shaheed. But then the Chiefs come through for him big. 18.04. And only 4 from his kicker. Nothing on his bench that would have really helped.
Nothing that would have swung it. Yeah, and like you said, with Dawn by Mageddon, she's got Jahmyr Gibbs, the number 1 running back, her top 3 at least. A.J. Brown out, and I'm guessing Jake Bates and probably her Lions. But she did great with the Bills, and she got it done where it counted. Like you said, didn't matter that all of her guys didn't score. She had enough to beat the big bad bear that is known as Nathan.
She made it through week 8, which should have been a loss for her. If you look at who was on a bye.
Yep.
But she ended up doing well. Dallas Hurts. Good Lord. I feel so bad for Terry in this game.
Yeah.
Terry puts up a decent score, which we've said over and over. 150 is going to get it done.
Oh, for sure.
75% of the time.
Yeah.
Except when you go up against Dallas Hurts, who racks up not nearly, but we're sniffing 200, 187. That's dynamite. Let's see how she did it. Mahomes has a Mahomes day.
Big day.
James Cook, good Lord,
my gosh,
almost racks off a 40 burger.
That's insane.
So she's got 50, 60 out of those first 2 players. That's nice. Decent contribution until we get to Goddard ends up getting 17.8.
Yeah.
A couple of points here and there. And then the Bucs, what is it with defenses this week?
Yeah, there was a couple that really went off. And again, a lot of swings that people didn't see coming. Normally, I should say traditionally, when division rivals like New Orleans and Tampa Bay play, the score is a lot closer. This was a blowout. It happened the same thing with that game before where the Bills went like 40 against 9. It was like you don't normally see those kind of spreads, but when you do, you get a huge boom for your defense. I was looking for that from Atlanta. I got nothing. Whoever got the Bucs here, it looks like a cat, was very happy with that blowout. So yeah, you're right. There have been a couple.
She did good. I mean, like I said,
and again, look at her with the Mageddon. Trey McBride, the top tight end, out, as well as Drake London.
Both of their benches, Matt.
Yeah.
That is Mageddon, like you said. I like that. Look at how
Lamar
many guys
Jackson,
are on
studs.
Normally there's a bunch of scores down there that are low because they belong on the bench, but this is not that. Bench players are playing this week.
Yeah.
All right, so Elaine's nipple, Terry falls. She does get 20 out of Aaron Rodgers, who she wisely picked up, and I thought, well done when I saw her score.
Yeah.
Still wasn't enough, even though Barkley was good for almost 40.
40 points,
jeez. The bed. Little bit of points, though, from McConkey. He's back.
Nothing from Johnson.
0 from Quentin Johnson. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe an injury.
What happened to him is my man Gadsden has taken all of his throws. So sorry.
And then she gets 30 about 36.
Look at Boswell! Holy cow!
Kicker. I know.
I didn't even see that. That's insane.
Yeah, wild. So. Looking at the benches, though, nobody had nothing.
No. Again,
this is just a tough game.
Yeah, this was definitely a harder week. Lamar's back, so she should do better this week. I mean, that's the linchpin of her team. So I'm sure she'll turn it around or at least be. And again, like you said, when somebody puts up almost 200, it's tough to go up against them.
All right, well.
Speaking of the opposite of 200, hello, Del Boca Vista.
Here's the intermezzo. Take it down, Del Boca Vista, who managed to score, 80.
He didn't even start a quarterback. He's like, you know what, screw it. I'm just screwed this week.
Well, look at the buys again.
Yeah,
Not
I
so
know.
much on the other side, but God, he's hammered.
Yeah, he doesn't want to drop any of those guys. Although he could have dropped Joe Mixon. He's barely playing. But anyway, that's another story. Go ahead.
Terry could have taken either of these teams out.
Yeah.
129 was plenty. Let's see how he got it. So 21 out of Dart. Whoever that is. Jesus.
Okay, so Jackson Dart and Cam Scattaboo, those are both Giants players. Dart was not even projected to play. It was going to be Russell Wilson's team until the midway through. They might have sprinkled in Dart here and there, and all of a sudden Russell wasn't playing that well. They put in Dart, and between Dart and Scattaboo, they really gave the Giants a spark. They had won their last 2 or 3 games. They're on a roll, and then what happens? Literally in the first quarter, Cam Scattaboo goes down. Doesn't look that bad, but when you look at the replay, his foot's facing the wrong way. He's out for the season. Done.
Probably so. All right. And then Bijan got less than 6 points when he was projected.
That was a horrible game. He fumbled too in that
game.
It was bad.
Projected to get 28 points. Yeah. They must have thought he was going to...
Oh, yeah. 27? Right.
It did not happen. Scattaboo, just like you said, 10 before he took his ankle off.
Mm-hmm.
Olave has a decent day, 14. Not great.
My kind of steady Eddie there.
Keenan Allen. Jesus, how old is Keenan Allen now?
Old man, still getting it done here and there.
Not much. DK Metcalf.
Good game, decent.
15 from Woody Marks. And then again,
Texans.
More scoring for defense is 14.
And the kicker, 16 points,
Again, here's another 30 points from the combo of defense and kicker.
That can swing it. Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Looking at the bench, C.J. Stroud was for 26, so he can pretty much flip a coin, I guess.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, but Stroud has been really up and down and didn't play that well at the start, so I'm not surprised that she went with Dart. Now it's going to be tougher going forward because Stroud's starting to hit his stride, no pun intended. So it's going to be harder for her to decide which she starts.
Okay, over on DBB, like you said, no quarterback. He's on a bye. Chase Brown, though,
25, damn.
5.5.
Yeah. But then look at Justice Hill.
1.2, how do you do that? Did he fall?
I was going to say, you basically got 20 yards and that was it, right? No, not even that. 2 yards.
Hey, he fell down. That's what that is. Jamar Chase did for 21. That's not bad.
Yep.
And then Hopkins, again. This is a guy who caught the ball just beyond the line of scrimmage and fell over.
Yeah, 2.4, not much. Mm-hmm.
Zach Ertz, 5.
Very down day.
Oh, my God. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines with single digits on his team. That's not going to get it.
No. And again, you look at Mageddon. You look at his bench. Kenneth Walker III and David Montgomery are both starters in his roster. Yeah. So again, he had to plug in Justice Hill and maybe Hopkins there, or even Debo. But they had traditionally, decent games. But look at that. KC blew out Washington 28-7. So it's no wonder that those scores are so low, given how badly those games went.
But my favorite line of the whole thing is. He had 3 guys on bye and 2 that scored nothing. So,
right. Not looking so good for Del Boca. I'm sure he's going to bounce back next week. But yeah, that was a rough one. Another 2 high scores here. This has been a high score week. I can't shake. I am literally in the X-wing. I can't shake him when it comes to Todd. He keeps winning.
Todd's looking good. So Todd does it again.
Justin Fields.
163 to 148. Takes down not a pick, it's a scratch. Let's see how he did it. Justin Fields did almost exactly what he was supposed to. Mm-hmm. Same with Derrick Henry. But oh my Lord.
Breece Hall. Holy cow.
Back of all time, Breece Hall. He ends up busting one out for 37 points. Good grief. Sutton 10. And Odunze.
Rome Odunze had a really big day.
And then Kelce.
Yes.
What, did they finish wedding plans? Is it locked in? He's probably freed up to do 22 points.
Judkins got hurt.
The rest of the way down.
Yeah, Judkins got hurt and Rachaad White underperformed. And again, look at the blowout. Oh, well, go ahead. I
was going to say, look at the bench. Nothing.
Yeah.
4 points.
And again, look at the bench. Amon-Ra right there. Jaden Daniels starter. Right. Michael Carter maybe.
It was 5 again, man. I'm telling you.
And he still won with all those on the bench. Good job, Todd.
On the other side, Joe Flacco, very nice for that old man. 28 points. Mm-hmm. Gotta love that. And then Jonathan Taylor. Good Lord Almighty. He gets nearly 70 points.
That's insane.
From his first 2 players. In a loss.
Ouch, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Why? The rest of his lineup was less than 15 points each. You had Merritt, 2.5, 10 for Worthy. Smith gets him close, 14.4.
Ferguson with the goose egg in a 44-24 scoring game. Ouch.
I take that back. Joe Franklin does get 27.
Yeah, Troy Franklin, that's the guy I picked up in week 1 and then ditched. I guess he's back.
Yeah, and then you got the Colts for 12.
Yeah.
And then Eddie Pinheiro gets an extra point, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's it. Mm-hmm.
Jesus, and then missed the other one.
Right, look at Love.
Or something. How do you get 1 point in 15? It must have been.
I don't know.
Who knows how that happened? Good Lord.
It's got to be. Yeah, maybe an extra point. Maybe they went for 2 on every one of those other ones. That's all I'm guessing.
Must have been.
Yeah.
And then he had Jordan Love on the bench for 36.
36, right?
Wouldn't have been enough, though, because Flacco still got him almost 30.
Yeah.
You got to love the balls, though. Starting
Flacco over Jordan Love? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
maybe he thought Pitt's defense was something. And the Jets' defense is supposed to be good. So, again, that's some major balls. That's putting them out there, hoping Joe Flacco can get it done.
Points.
Yeah.
If you would have told him on Wednesday that Flacco was going to get 30, he'd be pleased.
Oh, he'd be over the moon thinking I'm going to win this one, right? Yeah. A squeaker coming up here to end it.
Oh, good grief. So we got Camp Krusty barely makes it happen against Greg's team. That's one magic loogie. Camp Krusty gets it done, 146 to 143.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow, that's tight. Let's see what happened. Over on Greg's side, gets a good day from Daniel Jones, the Devil and Daniel Jones.
Mm-hmm.
29 there. Jacobs almost gets some 14. Almost 18 out of Williams. McLaurin gets 14. I mean, he's getting good.
Yeah, those are all decent. Mm-hmm.
Couple of single-digit scores until you get to
Shakir. But Khalil Shakir, that's my man from last year. Look at him getting it done.
23.1.
And the Pats.
Again, another big scoring defense. 20 out of the Patriots. And then 0.8 from a kicker. Don't even tell me how that happens.
I don't even know. It must have been some misses, that minused out that. But here's where the salt gets rubbed in the wound. Look at R.J. Harvey.
I know. I'm looking.
Oh my God!
I mean, he's projected to get 8. When you look at his starting running backs, they were projected to get double.
Right.
Both of them.
Of course. Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Nothing.
I get lucky. Let's see how that happened. Bo Nix.
Hey, there's a trade.
Big trade.
Sorry, Greg. I caused this loss to you.
Yeah. Rico, so he gets me 30. Dowdle does jack squat, 6.5. But my some of my waiver pickups did great.
Tajay Spears, that's my sloppy second. You like him, don't you? Look at him, 17.2. That's good.
Waddle, who I've been waiting all year for a score
he's
like
looking
that,
good. Especially now with Tyreek out, Waddle's the true number 1 there.
And then, I don't know if you noticed this. I mean, you could look at the trade and say that's what did it. I happen to think it was for getting... I had a few guys coming off of injury for almost the whole year or suspension. Rashee Rice.
Oh, Rashee Rice has been awesome for you,
Out of the gates.
Yeah, he's been on fire. They love that dude.
AJ gives me 14.4, as does Mason Taylor. I get 12 out of my defense. Matt Gay... Jay kicked the football as well. He gets a jack squat. And nothing on the bench.
Exactly. Wait, let me stop you right there before you rolled past him, but I meant to give you props on this one. So Mason Taylor, I literally was going to pick him up, and you got him a day before I did. I was like, son of a... So nice pickup on that. Look at who's checking. I mean, that's a guy that you don't even know his name. I have no idea how you found him, but I'm impressed with that. So hats off to you.
Oh, well, thank you. And then with Matt Gay, I'm not sure what happened. They lost. They were 7 points.
I know.
He must have got... Was he hurt and someone else kicked it in?
I got no idea. I didn't watch that game. That was one I didn't see.
I got to see if he's hurt. I had nothing on the bench. To be frank, I got lucky.
Forget the trade with Genty being on bye, but you had Baker on bye, you had Bucky's injured, Devontae Adams was one of your bigger scorers, he's on bye, but you still rallied. On the other side, he had Brian Thomas Jr., who has been up and down. He definitely would have started him, but really that was it. So it might not have mattered, and the RJ Harvey thing is hard to figure. So anyway, that was a tough loss for Greg.
Between the trade and the wire, this is probably my most active week.
Yeah, you've been very busy.
I had somebody on. All right.
You did good. You did good. I was impressed. Let's move on to the standings. Yep, let's move on to the standings now.
Okay, standings. Here we go. Brockway. We've got a two-way tie at the top. Urban Sombrero at 5-3, as is Camp Krusty. Brutal. And then DBV at 3-5. Going to Ogdenville. We've got a little separation here. Dallas Hurts coming off of a big win. She's at 5-3. Well done, Kat. The Intermezzo is at 500, having 4-4, and one Magic Loogie continuing in tough breaks, 2-6. Going to North Haverbrook, another bar.
God.
Boy, between Brockway and North Haverbrook, it's brutal.
Yeah.
Two-way tie here as well. Spongeworthy and Todd, Uncle Todd's Family Feedback, both at 5-3, and poor Terry with a big score this week still finds herself 2 games out of first though.
Yep.
So not too bad given the bad luck.
Nope.
She's 3-5. Finally, Springfield separation here at least at the top. Dawn stands alone at 5-3, and it's a Barnstormer for second place with not a pick. It's a scratch at 3-5. And Nate, despite the loss, still finds himself tied for second at 3-5 as well.
Yeah, for those on the losing end of that Springfield one, it's going to be a race to see who can scratch out second unless things turn completely wrong for Don. So good job there. Let's move on to the offers report. Now I should go back because we did Wednesday's traditionally the day where a lot of things go on, but it was actually kind of quiet on Wednesday. I lost out to the Rams because I'm cheap and Joe grabbed them, and then Cairo Santos and Bam Knight. The real action looks like it came on Thursday
What did you bid?
with 9 different ones for the Rams 0, of course. And here I lose again. I bid what did I bid on here? I bid for the Chargers 0 and Sam snakes me for $1. So again, my cheapness did not help.
Well, you can't put a couple dollars? You have no money?
I can. I'm just trying to be cheap. It's just for a defense. It's not like I'm living on this one. Here's the one I really feel sorry for. Todd outbids Clemens for Travis Hunter, right, on Thursday. What happens on Friday? Travis Hunter on IR.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
what? So poor Todd just dropped $22 for somebody that went to the IR. I'm like, that is the worst.
Don ended up getting a couple people this week.
Mm-hmm. Kyler Murray.
Yeah. Oh, she got them all.
And Sam Darnold. She's picking up quarterbacks left and right.
Yeah, she wasn't sure about the wide receivers. She said, "What should I bid?" I said, "I don't know." So she throws.
She got Dyke for 11. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. Okay.
That's awesome. Yeah, so that's the free agent report again. More action on Thursday, which was not normally what you see, but I just thought we'd look at that one. And now I'll do it your way. We're going to look at this, and then we can peek in on the games you would like.
I like it. Okay, so probably the most, and I'm not just saying it because we're on this video. It's a very interesting game between Matt and I.
Yes.
Because the majority of the players that we traded back and forth this week were on buys.
Yep.
So they all come back this week.
Now it's on.
We're playing each other. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm out to a mediocre start with 14 from Waddle. That's not huge. It's probably very close to what he was projected to get. So we shall see. Big Bad Bear has a tall order this week.
I think he needs to update his thing because it says yet to play 9. And if somebody played and got 0, that would suck. But maybe he has to look at his roster. I haven't looked at his lineup yet.
I haven't looked, but again, what I meant is
going up against
we're playing first over that game.
Yeah.
So not only is it a division game, this could either push him further out or her further up.
Yep.
Or what? It's going to be interesting. Terry now off to a very good start.
Welcome back, Lamar. Look at that score.
Lamar back with 33.5. That's not bad.
It's got to have her happy.
Didn't have anybody playing. Let's see. Dawn plays 3 and 5. DBB. The projected totals. They think that's going to be a close one.
Because everybody's back off their bye. Yeah, I think everybody gets their studs back. So now it's going to be closer.
Look, everybody's back. Look, it's giving you the big nod in our game. 12 points.
Yeah, I don't trust ESPN. That's nice.
Make that happen.
Yeah, I'd like it to happen.
You've got to have Nate check his projected.
Yeah, I know. 82, 84. Well, let's look at that. We got to look at that matchup. I can't take
brutal.
it.
Go ahead, pull it up.
Let's take a look and see what we got going here. And I'll have to go smack the boy on his head if
84.
He doesn't have it going. Let's see what he's got. So yeah, he's got a bye with Harold Fannin. He picked up Harold Fannin. Wow, again, I don't know how he found that guy, but good job for picking him up.
They don't like it. Oh, God. And then DeAndre Swift.
And DeAndre Swift is out already. We know that, so he needs to change him out, as is Pacheco. They're both injured, so he's got to do some rearrange down here. He has 2, but he only has 1 that can play. He's got to go pick somebody up. He can move in Nico Collins, but everybody else is on a bye, and the only other one is a quarterback.
But Collins is good for 17, or at least projected.
Yep. But he's got to find a tight end. He's out of tight ends. He's only got 1, and he's on a bye.
On the bottom, I mean, outside of...
Maybe he's got to drop Sampson, because he's not going to let Judy or Wilson go.
Right? If you look at it, outside of Josh Allen and Nico Collins, it's 10 or less.
Yeah. It's rough. It's rough. They don't like a lot of his players, and it stinks because if you look at his lineup, again, with Kamara. It's an older Kamara. The guy behind him, I think, got injured, and they're not playing that great. The Rams have a good defense, so he's depressed in that one. Coleman is losing all the work to Khalil Shakir and Dalton Kincaid. He's not seeing the love. Shaheed is kind of a boom-bust guy always. Pacheco out now. Fannon's out. Chubb, fine, but that Woody Marks guy behind him is out playing him, and he's going to get more playing time. And Denver has one of the best run defenses, so he's screwed there. And the Chiefs play Buffalo, which is the AFC Super Bowl, quote-unquote, they keep calling it. So God only knows how that score is going to go.
Well, look at Kat's team, right? She is definitely going to switch out Higgins for London.
Yeah.
And that means everybody is double digits on her
Yep. She's got a stacked roster right now.
And she's got to pick up a kicker. So
yeah. And so it'll even go up higher, right? Her total will go higher.
Exactly, yeah. So it's going to be a tough game for Nate this week.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, you want to look at one or two more other games?
To that. Let's see.
Want to go back one more? Or you want to just?
No. Yeah, let's look. So
let's look at the one that's got some action here. I want to see what these guys are doing.
Yeah.
So we got this is Joe versus Todd. Please win, Joe, because it'll help
Todd's
me.
out of the gates with 15.
Not bad. One under.
Joe, he's got good points, but that's two players that play.
Yeah, and they're both under what they were expected.
He's going to need some help from the rest of his team.
Yeah, the Dolphins got waxed by Baltimore.
Luke is back.
Mm-hmm.
And then Caleb Williams versus Herbert. Herbert's coming off of a big game. They both are, actually.
Yep.
Todd's got his lineup set unless he decides, Todd should take out
Kyle Monunga, he just picked up,
Kyle there, then he'll have a whopper of
if he changes it out with Turpin and he gets what he's supposed to get. But that's another thing. So DeAndre Swift out, this Monunga guy, even before Swift went out, he was almost splitting 50-50 the reps on the runs, so it screwed anybody that had DeAndre Swift because his runs kept getting eaten away at by Kyle Monunga, who was really taking half the runs out of him. And I guess he's still hanging on to Travis because since he picked him up, he's got him on the IR, poor guy that he spent $22. Like, I ain't letting him go.
He spent the money, he may as well.
Yeah, so I'm keeping him. Yeah, okay. Let's finish with one more and then call it.
Let's look at Terry's.
You got it. Yeah, let's look at Terry.
Start. Let's see what their lineups look like.
Yep. So here we go. So we got Lamar off to a blazing start.
Think it's going to be close.
Mm-hmm.
But Lamar's already overproducing, so Terry may be off to a good start here.
She's got to feel good at least at the start there, which is good. Now, here's what I'm surprised at. Here's what I'm a little surprised at. With Pacheco being out, she has Kareem Hunt, the backup, for Pacheco. Now, I know he says 9.8, but it may be more than that. Of course, they are going against the Bills, so maybe that's what's making her hesitant. Instead, she's got both Pittsburgh guys going. That is a gamble. I mean, I hope it works out, and I hope we kill Indianapolis when those guys go off, but that's a real gamble for Terry, and we'll see if it pays off.
She's going off of the projections, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, we'll see if it pays off. Again, that's why I'd be leery of the projections.
On the defense.
Yeah. No, thank you, jerk off. Yeah, no, and then again on Sam's, she's still going with Dart. Looks like she's sticking with Dart, even though it's. And again, CJ Stroud has to play Denver, who's tough, and San Francisco's been giving it up, so that's smart, I think. But Bijan should rebound. Bam Knight, welcome to the team.
For Dart too.
What's that?
It's a home game for Dart as
well.
Yeah,
Bam Knight, welcome to the team for Arizona. Looks like she's going to hopefully have her run all over Dallas. The rest of hers looks... Oh, and welcome back Brock Bowers. That's another high pick that she's been waiting on. He played the first couple games, and then he's been out since then. So she's hoping that he comes back and provides a little life to her team. And then she's got her little stacked combo there of Dart to Darius Slayton. So we'll see if that hits for a touchdown. She doubles up her points. Should be a good game. This should be a good match to watch. Aside from everybody else's match, we should peek in on this one. I expect this one might be a nail biter going down to the end.
Yep.
Cool. Right on. Well, that was good. All right.
Some good games.
Yeah, some good games, I think.
A lot of players coming back from either suspension,
we made it through the bye.
Yeah, so
we survived the bye, so now we're on to the second half of the season. We're halfway done, which seems, with the entire season, which is crazy to think about. Tomorrow, some of us are going to be meeting up at Players, so that'll be fun to hang out and see everybody and talk some trash as our games are playing. And then we'll go from there. Don't forget that Terry's always hosting the Notre Dame game, so whenever that plays on Saturday, you're welcome to join her down at Mojo's.
It's a good one today.
Yeah, there was a good one today, so keep that on your calendar, and we'll come up with more get-togethers as we move forward. But any thoughts on the standings or how we're looking? I mean, it's still pretty tight, even for the team that I can't remember who only has 2 wins. It's not like it's out of the realm of possibility. They're only 2 games back from tying or beating whoever they're up against. So it's still anybody's game, right? Yeah. Any dark horses that impress you this year? Could be players or teams. Here's one. I got to give this up to Greg. I don't know if he watches this or not, but I openly mocked him more than once at the draft for picking Javonte Williams, who has turned out to be nothing than like a top 5 running back the entire time. So I was way wrong on that, Greg. Good job on that pick.
Okay, I'll give you a surprise.
Okay.
Bo Nix is impressive.
But he started so slow, and I paid so much thinking he's going to be the man, and he went, eh. And then he finally found his footing, and then got good, and then I was screwed because I'm like, Bo Nix, Drake May, Bo Nix, Drake May. Who do I pick? So I was happy when you sent that trade because it takes that off the plate, and I'm like, good, I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Right.
There's nothing worse than having a player, especially a quarterback, that you're like, I don't know who to start.
And I think you got a starter, right? Or 2.
Yeah. No. Happy with what I got. I'm just saying that there's nothing worse than having a player, especially, again, at least with a running back, if you think both might start, you could start them both. But with a quarterback, you only start one. So you're like, if I have 2 good ones. Right. If you have 2 good ones, it does you no good. They're just taking up a space on your bench.
That's what I meant by giving you a starter that you could start with
100%.
your starting quarterback. And
100%.
So your starting lineup looks better. Maybe you lost a little depth.
Yeah.
Did I give you Baker, or I just dropped him off?
No, you still have Baker. No, you still have Baker.
Oh, God, he's terrible.
Well, he's not that bad, and again, he's missing a lot of pieces. He can still be decent.
He can. I mean, he did okay, but he did really terrible 2 weeks ago.
Well, let's see how he rebounds and how he does. Again, they're going to have to configure things differently because think of all the people they lost, right? They lost Irving. Godwin's still not back. He's in and out already, and Evans is out for the year. So they've had to completely rearrange things, and he's still throwing to people like Tez Johnson, who I didn't even know who he was, making him look like a stud. So I think they're a talented offense, and they're only going to get better, I think. I don't know when Bucky's due to return, but once he comes back, that could change things. So don't give up hope on Baker. Yeah.
I've got good receivers now.
Yeah.
I'll give you another surprise to the Jets, who are looking terrible.
Who? Say it again. I missed it. You dropped out.
That are really bad.
Wait, who?
They finally got their first win, the Jets.
Jets. Oh, my God, yes, right?
Really bad are the Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders.
Part of that trade included a bust so far this year of Genty.
He's not a bust. He had a couple of big games. It's just not been what everybody's thought because as a team, you're right, they're not getting together. In fact,
your second pick. I
mean, I was listening to some podcast about fantasy football, and this one guy's like, "What do you think about the Raiders?" He's like, "Sell the entire team." He goes, "Trade them all because they deserve better than what they're getting there. They're not. Pete Carroll is not doing a good job in Raiderville." And Geno Smith, I never didn't like Geno Smith. I thought he did great in Seattle, but to have him fall so far off with the Raiders, I'm like, what are they doing? Are they that? What is the thing that's not working there that did work for him in Seattle? I don't know.
Well, and Genty was the man last year, and I wouldn't call BSU a powerhouse, but I don't know if it's a bad O-line.
Well, I think it's a combination. Right. A lot of people broke down those first couple of weeks saying that when they were blocking for him, they just weren't doing their jobs. The offensive line was just really screwed up. They kind of got it together. He had a couple of good games, and then they were back and forth. They'd get so far behind that they just went away from the run altogether, and they're just passing. So it's like, I think they're going to come to a point to where either they sit Geno or they change something, but they got to, again, Genty should be the centerpiece of everything, and they're also missing people on the defense too, so that doesn't help either. I think Matt Crosby's...
Run him early and often, get the run game established, then Geno doesn't have to do miracles. It will open up the passing.
Yeah.
And then that takes a little pressure off of Genty, and it'll be good.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, I agree 100%. We'll see where they go, and again, it's going to be interesting to see at the end of the year how our trade worked out because I think it was.
What about surprises for you?
I think it was mutually beneficial. Oh, I told you some of them. I would also say who are the other surprises? Again, that Gadsden dude that came out of the San Diego, or not? I'm still going to call him San Diego.
Our trade was good. Ironically, both of our teams left the trade better.
Yeah, and I think it filled in pieces that we both.
Yeah.
It filled in pieces that we both wanted. I was super happy to get Williams, and I was and you were super happy, I'm sure, to get Bo Nix as a starter.
Right, that's right. Yes.
And Genty too. I mean, those are two really good players that hopefully can help you, and it balances out what we were lacking in our teams. That's what that's what everybody wants out of a trade. That's what everybody wants out of a trade.
Take a gamble on Genty. I think maybe they'll come around, and then I wanted Nix after a couple hot games.
So I'm hoping that maybe we've broken the dam and other people will look to trade, especially those teams that are 2 wins or 3 wins. See what you're missing, and again, no one's going to get mad if you throw a trade out and somebody doesn't want it. They'll just say no, thank you, or they might come back and give you a different trade option. But there's always something out there, and some people are fat in one place and thin in another. So find out what they may need and go from there. But it never hurts to at least try, because you don't know what somebody's thinking. They may want the guy you're looking for. So.
Right, and if you guys are nervous too, it is nerve-wracking, I won't lie.
Sure.
But nowadays, there's a bunch of trade analysis tools on our site and others where you plug it in and see if you're off your rocker or if it makes sense for you. And that's what I did with the ESPN one. You checked it on another.
Yep. And there's tons of them out there, and most of them are free. You can just use them and see what works. And again, some of it's just trust your gut too, because again, when you look at the season, but when it starts, it's hysterical because every player that's even somewhat good, they got these great flowery projections, and that's it. Everything goes well. After the first few weeks, you're like, okay, that team sucks. This team's good. I have a faith in this one. I don't like this one. And even on some crappy teams, those star players can still shine, especially if they get behind and they're playing catch-up. Look at the wide receivers and tight ends. If they're constantly throwing the ball, you can still pick up that crappy team's players and get decent points every week, even if they're losing all the time. So there's never somebody that you can't use from a team, even the bad ones, like you said, the Raiders or the Jets. Look at Justin Fields and what he did for Todd last week. Got him 30-something points. So, it's never over, and don't give up hope because there's always somebody out there. So keep looking and keep grinding.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, man. Well, hey, did you have a good Halloween? And what was the best costume you saw? And I'll tell you what the best costume I saw was.
Ironically, my next door neighbor, the parents, they went out and bought good quality. Couldn't believe it. Good quality Mighty Morphin Power Ranger.
That's funny.
Doing the poses in the driveway.
I like
Everyone was pulling up, taking pictures. I'll send you a picture.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I like that.
That was probably the best ones I saw were those two. They were adults. I did not dress up for the first time in a lot of years.
Shocker. That's impressive. You actually were just an adult. That's fine. That's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You can always do it next year. You can make up for it.
What about you guys?
For me,
Nate go out?
No, well, yeah, Nate went out as Cat in the Hat. He was a very good Cat in the Hat. And just to really annoy the hell out of me, and I'm sure everybody else he talked to, that entire day, he didn't break character. He rhymed every answer you asked him. Any question you had, he would rhyme it. I'm like, stop. But why, Pop? I'm like, stop, please. So he was a Cat in the Hat. Also, I'll try to send a picture of that too to the group chat.
All right.
As for the people that showed up, there were a couple that David really loved because he loves going to the door and looking at some of the people coming up. There was one person that had an inflatable Garfield costume. So it was like this giant Garfield walking up, and he loved that. There was also a giant chicken that came by. That was kind of cool. But the one that really made me laugh and him laugh was these high school girls came up, and David was in his room. And if you know the configuration of our house, his room looks out at the front door. So I was getting him ready for his bath, and I was like on the last step, and Kathy is at the door pounding on the window, and I'm like, what? I open the window, it's 5 high school girls all dressed as monkeys, and they did the 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed for David, and he was cracking up. Cool. So that gave him a real laugh, and so that was lots of fun. But I just love seeing all the kids out there, especially the little ones, and I love the sullen teenagers with just the. I don't say anything. Just
now, I know you're never caught up on anything that's current or cool.
40 seconds, quick.
Did you have any K-pop Demon Hunters show up?
No, I've heard of that, but I didn't have any. Okay, so for Kevin, this is Matt Dickey saying goodbye. I don't want to. We're only at 20 seconds left. So, Kev, take us home.
Stay classy, Bonestorm.
That's right. Let me stop this before we lose it.